Welcome to YLL. It's your girl Jazz Young, and I'm back with another one. Y'all miss me? I know I missed y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I did miss y'all. Um, Vacation was fun. I had a phenomenal time, even though it was just a weekend. I really did have a great time. I did get some bad news on my trip, which I am gonna discuss right now. And is one of the biggest reasons why I didn't come for Motivational Monday. I just didn't know how to make this topic motivating. I just wanted to be able to speak my mind without having to find positive reinforcers to say. So I just said, I'm just gonna save this for my, Wednesday thoughts and or weekly thoughts or whatever thoughts today is. I'm just gonna give it to the people on a thought day versus a motivational day. While I was on vacation, enjoying myself and my time, I got a devastating phone call that the school that I work at, one of the kids got killed. And it hurt. It hurt a little bit. Not necessarily because I'm close to the child or I talk to the kid all the time. No. Um, but the conversations that I've ever had with this person, the multiple times I did get to speak with them, the multiple times I did get to see, their a glimpse of their personality and hear how other people talk about them. Man, it was a spirit that it's a spirit that no parent should have had to bury. It's a spirit that we should still have in today's world. It's a spirit that I would say that confidently we truly did need. And to know that this young lady got killed to gun violence, and there was a child that was probably holding a gun. It just baffles me. It kills me. And I think it's like, what is it that needs to be done? Is it that parents need more support? Is it that these kids need different reinforcers? What is it? Because working at this school and or just being at this school a lot of times, and just this year, and I want to say in the last like 7 months, like in the last 7 months, this school has endured three killings, four killings, four. I think it was four. She's the fourth kid, I think, in the last like 7 months to gun violence. These kids are dropping like flies, and it's sad because no parent should have to ever bury their child. And some of these kids be going on to their senior year. In their senior year, this young lady who got shot Friday, man, she just took her senior portraits. She just took her senior portraits, and then she turns out like it's like, what is needed? What is needed? And how can people with no kids help? Because I'm trying to figure out, how can I help? It's like, oh, y'all could be mentors. Nah, I gotta be deeper than mentors. These kids need something more than just a mentor. Like, and sometimes it's just like asking the kids, what do you guys need? And for them, like, I'm good. I got my strap. I'm all right. But nah, player. And then I think what else upsets me is adults be condoning this nonsense. And it's like, why? This young lady had aspirations. She had goals. I'm not saying that because I read it or other people said it. Nah, I talked to her. I didn't laugh with this young lady. I didn't spoke life into this young lady. And to get that phone call, when I tell y'all, it messed up my spirit. Because it's just like, no, not the young lady with goals and aspirations, not the young lady that want to see herself, be more than what the world or society would destine her to be. Like, she was trying to do right. She was trying to do right, man. We have to do something about these kids. We have to save their lives. We have to get more active. And to the parents, man, what support is needed? Because there's a lot of kids that's in this building. I be praying for it. Like, yo, it's not even about making out the hood. It's about making it home. It's about making it school the next day. It's about just being able to wake up, being able to live your life. You know, some of these kids are leaving because they're scared. These kids really be feared for their lives. Man, like life should never be this tough for a high schooler, for a middle schooler. We are allowing these kids to endure is crazy. And I know it's easy for me to speak because I don't got kids, but it breaks my heart. It truly, when I tell y'all hearing about this young lady, man, broke my heart. It broke my heart because this could be anybody's child, and this could be any kid I watch every day, any kid I see every day that walk past with me every single day. This can be them. And it's so crazy that, you know, we can sit here and we could talk about, you know, the foolishness with the election, right? But bro, let's start off with the people that's gonna be voting next. They're killing each other. Let's talk about that. The people that we're gonna need in 4 years are literally killing each other. They're killing each other. We ain't gonna have nobody to vote. And it seems like we don't, and I'm not gonna say we don't care, you know, because I just talking to certain people, they care, but it's like, what can you do? How can you help when it seems like you have no support besides wanting to do better, wanting to help and assist? Oh man. And then I think what also makes it worse, in my opinion, is you hear these kids talk about it, you see these kids grow through it, but the level of loyalty that these kids have to their friends, y'all, we gotta do something, man. These kids, I feel like, really feel like their only support are their homie, they partners, they homegirl, they homeboy, you know, the young cats that they in these schools with. These are their people that they gonna depend on. I don't even think these kids depend on parents anymore. Like, you know, I know me, for growing up, I depended on my parents. These kids are dependent on each other. These kids don't even talk about their problems. Like, y'all, we gotta say these kids. We gotta say these kids. And I know it's like, oh, these kids might be like, we don't need no saving. Yes, y'all do. Because at the end of the day, y'all deserve more than what y'all think y'all got. You know, these kids think they got a lot. Nah, y'all deserve more than what y'all even have. And y'all don't even realize how much more y'all deserve because society doesn't pour it into y'all as much. But baby, how can I assist? What can I do? Like, I just challenge us, and I just challenge us because this it's not just about this young lady losing her life. It's one, being at the fact that I've been at this school for almost 2 years. Yeah, almost 2 years. And knowing that 4 young cats, 4 young children, you know, 4 young people lost their life to gun violence, and 9 times out of 10, the person pulling the trigger is a peer. It's someone that's their age, or maybe someone that's a little bit older, but it's never somebody that's like 50, 40. It's somebody that's 20, 21, 22, 18, 15, 14. Like, these kids are really taking each other out, y'all, and we gotta do something about it. We have to, like I said, I know it's easy for me to say, and I know it's hard for us to really do something because people are set in their mindset, people are set in their ways, but treat these kids with kindness. I think my best solution for us as regular people, treat these young cats with kindness, but always be ready to pour into them. Because let me tell you something. Now, one thing I learned about being in this building, they're always willing to listen if they actually feel like you care and you're trying to pour into them to make them better. Now, of course, they're going to be set in their thought processes. Of course, they're going to be set in their ways and how they think. But don't ever discount them listening. You know, Don't ever discount them listening, because they're listening. They are listening. They might not take it in 100%, but they're listening. They're paying attention. And so if you have an opportunity, just pour into these young kids, man. Pour into these young adults. Save a life, because a life is needed to be saved, because they're taking each other out day by day. Each and every time I turn around, it's a kid killing a kid, and that's a problem. And to the family of my terror, I truly send you my prayers. I truly send you my prayers. My condolences. I hate that that's what you guys going through, and I truly hope that she gets justice, because she deserves it. Her aura was really truly one of a kind. I loved it. I appreciate it. She always came in the classroom with a energy that no one else had. And I remember one time she came, and it's so sad. What makes me so mad is I only got the pleasure of knowing this young lady for like 3 months. I got the pleasure of only knowing her for about, actually, 2 months. 2 months. I got the pleasure of knowing her, and she made a little impact on my life. I could just imagine the impact she would have made on this world. If y'all could have got to just meet her, got to see her, got to endure her. Her spirit was that overwhelming. But I remember one time she came into class, and I feel like she was out for like a week. Like, we haven't seen her. I don't know if she was like sick or something, but we haven't seen her. She come to class. She like, hi. She says hello. Shout out to her, because these kids don't speak like that. So she walked in. She said she spoke. She said hello. Nobody spoke to her, and I even think that like the staff in the room was just didn't even say anything. She said, "Oh, so nobody want to talk to me? All right, well, forget y'all then, right? Mind y'all, nobody did nothing crazy. Everybody was like, hey, She said, nah, don't talk to me now. Y'all wasn't trying to talk to me 2 seconds ago." And then when everybody was like, everybody sucking their teeth, she's like, all right, I'm just playing. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good? Man, like, that type of energy is needed. Is needed, especially in the world we live in today. It is needed. These kids need that type of aura around them. I feel like she always, the energy that I always got from her was, I want to challenge you to be better. I see you in me, and I know how you can get better and grow. But I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to test your waters. I'm going to see where I can get you hot and where I can keep you cold. Like, she was somebody that the world would have benefit truly. And so, to her family, to her friends, my heart goes out to y'all. The support is there, and I truly do pray that she gets justice. She deserves it. And if anybody really do know something, please say something. Like, and I know a lot of y'all know something, but it's the world we live in, so I understand. But we have to do better by saving these kids' lives, because they taking each other out day by day, time by time. And, before we know it, we really just going to keep going down and down and down. And my other news, man, my other thoughts and prayers is, the United States of America, man. It baffles me that we could get a president elect that is as horrible as Donald Trump. And it sucks, because it's not necessarily, I think, what pisses me off is Donald Trump aspect. It's the fact that there's no checks, there's no balances in our government right now. All the power is into one group of people. And 9 times out of 10, those group of people are only focused on one group of people. And there's no checks and balances, man. We are in a world where we have to continue to fight, and I truly believe that, but we have to be mindful of how we move for the next 4 years. I joke and say, man, I'm going to stay in my bubble. I'm going to stay in my house. I ain't going to talk. I wish I would. But I do think we have to be mindful of how we interact with the public. Somebody told me today how a couple of golf courses said they're gonna stop serving, they don't no longer serve black people, black patrons. And it's so crazy, because we're going back, and a lot of people think that we're going back to slavery, but it's just gonna be worse, because it's never gonna be as deep. It's never gonna look, I don't think it's ever going to look like slavery from back in the day, but we're already in like a modern day slavery, but it's just only going to get worse. It's only going to look bad. And I just talked about how we got to save these kids, right? These kids they're not equipped to handle what's to come. They're not equipped for it. And so I'm just a little scared. I'm a little nervous because, yeah, I can say I'm going to stay in my bubble, but everybody can't stay in a bubble. We got bills to play. We got kids to raise. We got things to do. So it's like, how can we stay in our bubble? And then how can this man really, like, what is going on? Like, if all the white men voted for him, I'll probably be like, okay. Because it makes sense. Like, it's a white man. No disrespect to white men that are great. But to the white men that are not, I'm sorry. But women, white, if you as a woman and you voted for Donald Trump, like, I don't care if you white or not, he has no respect for women in general, white, orange, purple, green, black. Like, he does not care. He barely got respect for his own wife. Y'all think he gonna have respect for women just in general? Like, come on. And then I hate the arguments. I'm not the person that would stop being your friend if you support Trump. I just probably would look at you differently. We probably not going to talk as much. I'm definitely going to move differently, but I'm not going to stop being your friend because you have every right to feel the way you feel. But if you're going to vote for somebody, you better, if we having a conversation, and you sit here and you tell me I voted for him because Kamala didn't tell me her plan. I voted for him because the society was doing good when he was the president. Now look at us. If any of those stupid ass reasons, right? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what positive reason y'all can give, right? I truly don't know the positive thought process that anybody can give me that will make me say, okay, Donald Trump seems like the person to vote for. Unless you're a white man, because then it's kind of matches who you are. So I will understand that. But I just don't understand how people really was saying here like life was better when he was the president, and they don't even realize that we're living through his nonsense. We're living through the life that we had when he was the president. So the struggle we going through right now, bro, we about to look at this for the next 8 years. The next 8 years, we about to be struggling. Y'all think he did? Do y'all not realize that during his term, he was breaking us down to be negative after being positive, after what President Barack Obama did? And the reason why Biden couldn't do nothing because Biden had to spend the last 4 years trying to fix the shit he did. Excuse my language. Do we not get that? Are we so simple-minded as a society, as people, that that's what we think? We think that Donald Trump is for people. He's for the rich. He's for his people. Project 25, Agenda 47, I don't care which one you read, they both are trifling. They both are not for us. They both don't appreciate us. And the other thing that I even would say is people who voted for Donald Trump, but work 9 to 5, live in an urban area, or live in an apartment, don't live in a rich area, Buki, he ain't here to save you either. If you not a millionaire, a billionaire, Donald Trump don't care about you. And I don't care who want to say it. I don't care if people like, oh, no, that's why the rich people love him. The rich people love him because he loves the rich. Donald don't care about y'all regular ass people. Y'all people that voted for him, he don't care. But it's okay because I won't complain. I won't complain because I didn't vote for Donald, but I wasn't delusional. I thought that Donald was probably going to win. Of course, you keep the hope alive. You don't want to be that one person to be like, oh, Donald's going to win, and then Kamala actually won, and you're like, yeah. Then they're like, oh, you wasn't on her train. I was on her train. I didn't let y'all know I was on it because I live in America. I live in a world where, man, this the man that's going to be the president. We're going to have to do 4 years of him and then have to deal with 4 years of fixing him. And then there's no control. All the control is on one side. He have his friends and buddies that are going to probably do what he wants them to do, because at the end of the day, for some odd reason, people are scared of this man. And he's going to take these 4 years to figure out how to change our entire constitution to make it more of a dictatorship so that he can stay elected, and there's no other thing that comes after that. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, if he makes it sound good, Congress and the House might say, okay. If he makes it sound good. Like, we just going to keep appointing people. We're going to appoint our people that we want. The vice president always will become the president after the other. Like, y'all, we do not want that. We do not need that. We should not see that. And the fact that people voted for that, I mean, this is the world we live in. I know people that were saying today too, like they might be considering leaving the country. Like, they have friends in other countries that are like, yo, we got you, we'll sponsor you, we'll help you. And I'm just like, can I move with you? Shit. Can I come? Like, my friends who got family members in Africa, I'm dark skinned, I'm beautiful. Can I come with y'all? Please, please. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay here at all. And I know people say America's an amazing place. I'm just not really ready for the racism. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I in my 31 years, God has blessed me enough to know that I don't know how to act. I'm sometimes simple-minded and sometimes professionally minded. I just don't know how to handle disrespect in that way from an adult. I can handle it from a child because they're kids. They're, children. At the end of the day, anybody who's under the age of 18 just says things to get under your skin because they know they can. They know it's easy, because who likes a disrespectful child? Nobody. But I've never gotten to experience a racist, feminist, whatever it is, person in my life in the 31 years that I've been alive, and I'm really scared to face that. I'm scared to see the discrimination, because I just don't know how I will react, and I know that my reaction is not going to be warranted. It's not going to be viewed as something that I should have done, and that censorship is going to be crazy, but that's modern day slavery. That's modern day slavery, where you can't express yourself fully because you're scared of the repercussions, and not necessarily the repercussions from the law. I'm scared of repercussions from people, regular people, regular everyday people, to do something towards you, but gets a slap on the wrist because of the why. Like, in 2 years, I need y'all to go vote. And I mean, everybody talks about vote. And I want to go vote. I voted. And this is the outcome of a lot of people voting. Man, we are in some trouble. We are in some big trouble. And I pray for everyone. I don't think that God makes mistakes. God is in control. And that's really the title of this thought process today, man, is God is in control. Jesus is on his way back. Jesus is in control. And we just got to put our faith in God. And I know it's easy to say put your faith in God, and it's harder to actually do it. But it's so funny because the Bible verse of the day I felt was like perfectly sound. And it was, I'm leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid. And that comes from John 14:27, the NLT version. And I like it. I really liked it. When I read it, I said, hold up, God. You gave us a peace of mind and heart. And in this peace, the world can't give us. So don't be troubled or afraid. So I leave that with you guys today, is don't be troubled or afraid to speak life into these children because they need it. Don't be troubled or afraid to be an advocate for them, to speak up for them, but most importantly, to speak to them, help them and challenge them. Don't be afraid, because God, he gave us a peace of mind and heart. And secondly, Guys, I know we in a world of where we have a crazy man as our president-elect, and he's going to do probably some crazy things for the next 4 years. But don't be afraid. Don't be terrified, and know that God has made a way. He makes no mistakes. And he gave us a peace of mind that the world would never give us. So if we thought that we was going to get a peace of mind, if Kamala was going to be the president, let's think again. Look at us. In a world society, we have no peace of mind. But in the world of the Lord and my Savior, Jesus Christ, you have nothing but a peace of mind and heart. And don't allow the world to take that away from you. And know that God is going to make a way. God is going to do some great things. And even though we may seem down and out right now, we'll be back up on when we need to be. I love and I appreciate y'all. Once again, man, RIP to the young lady, Matera. And I love and I appreciate y'all. Peace.